Today I'm diving into one of the most explosive moments on Capitol Hill in recent years. Picture this. A congressional hearing so intense, you can feel the tension right through your screen. At the center, former ICE Director Tom Homan grilled hard over immigration policies under the Trump administration. Now this wasn't just about politics, it was about real families, terrified children, and the tough calls made at the border.
Let me remind everyone that the Trump administration tried to ban asylum seeking and started the process of metering, which then prevents people from coming through legal ports of entry. That exacerbated the crisis. People are desperately waiting months just to get in line and be granted the inalienable rights to due process. Mr. Homan, you have said that most immigrants are, quote, not criminals other than the criminal act that they do when they enter the country illegally. That is why I think we ought to revisit decriminalizing desperation, striking sections 1325 and 1326 of Title VIII of the U.S. Code, the statutes that the administration has leveraged to separate thousands of children from their families. Mr. Homan, do you understand that the consequences of separation of many children will be lifelong trauma and carried across generations? Have we not learned from the internment of Japanese Americans? Mr. Homan, I'm a father. Do you have children? How can you possibly allow this to happen under your watch? Do you not care? Is it because these children don't look like children that are around you? I don't get it. Have you ever held a deceased child in your arms?
First of all, your comments are disgusting. I've served my country.
I've served my
country for 34 years.
I find your comments disgusting as well.
I've served my country for 34 years. And yes, I held a 5-year-old boy in my arms in back of that tractor trailer. I knelt down beside him and said a prayer for him because I knew what his last 30 minutes of his life were like. And I had a 5-year-old son at the time. What I've been trying to do my 34 years serving my nation is to save lives. So for you to sit there and insult my integrity and my love for my country and for children, that's why this whole thing needs to be fixed. And you're the member of Congress.
We agree on that.
Fix it.
We agree on that, but I disagree. But I also disagree with your characterization of immigrants as prone to criminality.
People for 3 decades on this.
Gentleman's time has expired. It's my time now.
Mr. Chairman. The congressman said these weren't accidents, they were intentional, a strategy to scare away desperate people. Then came metering, a policy blocking asylum seekers from even setting foot in the U.S. legally. Families stranded for months, stuck in dangerous limbo. The congressman's voice rose. Why do we make it a crime for desperate people to cross the border? Should running from danger really end with you in handcuffs? And then, it got personal. He asked Homan, have you ever held a dead child in your arms? The accusation was sharp. Did Homan really care? Or was it easier to look away because these kids were brown or black? Homan didn't flinch. He fired back. Yes, he'd held a dead 5-year-old. He said, I prayed for him. I have a son that age. He defended his decades of service, insisting he wasn't the villain they made him out to be. The room erupted. Lawmakers demanded order. The chairman hammered his gavel. Homan's final word, he doesn't make the laws, he enforces them. Remove deterrence, he warned, and more families will suffer. So, what do you think? Is strict enforcement the answer, or is it time for a new approach? Drop your thoughts below. I read them all.